Alright, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Sage and I'm happy to have you. And here we are with part 2 of the MC pregnancy module. Now, I went through so many great settings before, like some surprising settings. I think I edited probably most of my oohs and ahs out. But yeah, I'm just so excited to get back into this and continue through the rest of these settings. All right, moving on to other pregnancy. Okay. So allow pregnancy aging. If enabled, when a sim is pregnant, they will not gain the ability to somehow stop aging until they deliver their baby. So as we know, whenever a sim is pregnant, and usually it's like the default 3 days, their aging just stops until they have the baby. If you want to enable that aging, go ahead and hit enable here. If that doesn't bother you, that somehow their husband becomes an elder when when their wife still has 2 weeks to become an elder, then you can keep this disabled. I don't know. I would definitely change this though. I think I would change it. All right, auto marry percentage. So the percent chance that an unmarried sim will get married after becoming pregnant. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. Okay. This also brings up another good point from my past video where I was mentioning, like, I think Katrina had a baby with Gavin from Oasis Springs, but then she got married to like the sage from that Realm of Magic world. And I was sitting here and I was like, why wouldn't they have just married her to Gavin? She already had the baby with him. And I think this could be interesting, assuming that MC Command Center will marry the sim to the person who impregnated them, right? But you could change this to like 33% or something. And that would be really interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool. Pause Sims pregnancy. Specified Sims will not progress in their pregnancies as long as they belong to a category selected below. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so we have active Sims, NPC, and played Sims. Okay, so let's say you're playing an active Sim, but you know your other Sim is pregnant, like another played household is pregnant. You can come in here and click that. Hit OK. And guess what? That just means that they will not progress in their pregnancy until you get back to playing them, and they will then be your active household, and then the pregnancy will continue. That is so cool. Pause on playable labor. When a non-active played household has a sim going into labor, a message will display and the game will pause. Okay, interesting. I mean, if that's something you want to know about, you can go ahead and hit enable. Oh, I am loving this. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I am. I love this. Okay. Yeah. Pregnancy duration specifies the length of sim pregnancy in number of days. The default is 3 days. So that's what it's set to. But let's say you want your sim to be pregnant for like a week. You can make it a week. Or let's say maybe you want to make it more realistic to like the seasonal changes. I believe right now the default is like 1 sim week per season, if if that's what you set it up for. Hypothetically, you could change this to 21 days. So then it's kind of like the sim is pregnant for like 9 months out of the year, or for like the 3 seasons, and then she has her baby. But also 21 days of being pregnant is a lot. But I don't know, it's realism. I don't know. I know some of y'all really like doing that. Okay, anyway, that's it. All right, random mood duration. How often in sim hours to change to a random pregnancy mood? Okay, I guess that makes sense. They could potentially feel a different mood every hour. But if you want to change it to like every 12 hours, just put in here 12. Use random moods. Oh, okay. It's disabled right now. Okay. Let's go back. Random mood duration and use random moods go together. Okay. That's why I was like, what? What? I've never noticed that. But if you enable use random moods here, you can enable it. MC Command Center will go ahead and assign random moods to these pregnant sims. And then how often you would want the random moods to occur, you can change the hourly value here. Now, if you do extend your sim's pregnancy, right, to past the 3 days, you're probably going to make sure these random moods are like, once like 23 hours, basically, their mood would change once a day, right? Because otherwise, you're going to have a very moody ass pregnant sim, which that might be what you want, but okay. Anyway, lastly, we have used traits for pregnancy. So change the pregnancy percentage change based on applicable traits. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is what pissed me off. Okay. There was some video I played, right, where Lily Fang is pregnant. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, she hates children. It is a trait that she hates children. Why is she pregnant? Right? But if I enable this, MC Commander will think twice about her having a kid. I almost cursed. My bad. Having a kid. I'm trying to not curse as much. At least in the videos, but okay. All right. So now we are at the partner sim selection. Ooh. Oh God. Okay. There's some interesting stuff happening. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. Partner sim selection. Allow affairs percentage. Percentage chance to allow married sims to be parents in random pregnancies outside of their marriage. Ooh, y'all. Ooh. Okay, it's set to 0 right now. Oh, this is funny. I would probably put this at 20. I want to see what happens. But I will say, if they give Bob another kid and Bob's mm, 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 yeah, I'm gonna feel a kind of way. But anyway, I'm definitely gonna play around with this one. Limit by relationship. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Lord. Okay, limit by relationship. Sims can only have random pregnancies if there is another sim that matches the relationship specified in this setting. Okay. So, okay. So this kind of brings up what I was talking about, right? The fact that Don Lothario, I'm sorry, I keep bringing them up. I'm sorry that I keep bringing up Don Lothario and Katrina, but they live in the same household, right? But then they have babies outside of that household. And I mean, we already know that they trying to do something together. So why wouldn't they have a kid together? Anyway, all that to say, MC Command Center, I believe they do prioritize married couples first, at least from what I was noticing with the different pregnancy notifications. They prioritize married couples first, and then they kind of just randomly assign things together. So if you want to limit the random pregnancies to married only, you can. Significant others or just woohoo partners, you can do that. But the default right now is no relationship limit. Occupancy preference. This setting determines if partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy are limited by where they live. Okay, so the default is none. Partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy may be selected regardless of where the sims live. Partner candidate, okay, so then homeless only. Partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy will only be chosen from homeless households. Okay. Prefer home sims. Partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy will be chosen with a preference on sims living in homes. Yeah, that baby will probably need somewhere to live. Okay. And then living in homes only. Partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy will be chosen from sims living in homes. So only be chosen versus this, there's a preference here. Okay, I mean, yeah, we might want to look into, if the sim has a house or not. Um, okay. Partner gender specifies the gender that is valid for partners of pregnant sims. Male, female, or both may be chosen. Okay. So I believe I mentioned this earlier. Um, Wait, partner gender. This is for. Okay, okay. All right, so specifies the gender that is valid for partners of pregnant sims. Male, female, or both may be chosen. Okay, so let's say you do. Okay, so I think I am definitely going to do a gameplay through this, but I need to really think through the logic of each of these settings because all of these settings are doing something different that you do need to make sure that you are partnering the correct settings with each other, or you're just going to get a lot of craziness happening. Um, okay, this one's interesting, and I'm not 100% sure what it means when I feel like I've read a another setting earlier that kind of contradicts this. Okay, I'll have to figure it out because I'm going to edit this anyway, so I'll see what I was talking about. All right, same occult only. If enabled, scheduled pregnancy runs will bypass sims that are different occult types when generating random pregnancies. So, vampires and vampires will have babies together. Note that robots can also be made to only marry robots with this option. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. So, um, wait, is a sage a occult type though? Like a spellcaster? Okay, so this makes sense. I mentioned before, Katrina did marry a spellcaster. So it is currently disabled. But let's say you want to enable this, you can. I also think that would make it interesting too, because then you won't have some random sim married to Vlad. I mean, I know some people love the chaos of that, but maybe Vlad only wants to be married to another vampire. You can enable this. Same sex percentage. The percent chance that a pregnancy will be allowed between two sims of the same gender. This is dependent on the other pregnancy settings, allowing a same sex pregnancy to happen as well. Okay, so the default is 50-50, but this is what I mentioned earlier. Some of these settings are going to contradict each other, or some of these settings really need to be set both to be true so that it plays out the way you want it to play. So MC Command Center does have this set to 50-50, so there is a percent chance that a gay couple will have a baby. Use same age group. Only allows sims in the same age category to get pregnant. This is currently disabled, but you could enable this. So, I mean, you may want an elder sim to impregnate a young adult. I mean, I know this happens in life, but okay. Okay, that's too much. Okay, you get what this means. All right, invalid partner ages specifies the ages that sims must be for eligibility to be partners for pregnancy. One or more ages may be chosen. Currently, this is set to only adult. That is the one thing I was noticing as I was playing through it. A lot of the adults were having kids. Now, I'm not opposed to adults being the main ones that have kids, right? But I do think it's a little bizarre when some of these adults get closer to their elder stages. And then it's like, why are you giving this adult a baby? I think there is a setting against that. If it's not in this mod, it might be in a different mod. Um, but yeah, valid partner ages. You might want to change it to young adult and adult. Or if you want elders to be birthing out babies too, you can click that as well. All right, and that is it for partner sim selection. We now have pet pregnancy settings. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, I don't play a lot with pets. I have had pets in my game, but normally I will have like one cat and one dog. Or like I won't allow the cat or the dog to leave the household. So normally there isn't any way for the cat or dog to get pregnant. So I've actually never played with these settings in the game. But anyway, I guess this could be a good time to try it. Ages to run pregnancy. So specifies the ages that pets are eligible for pregnancy within. One or more ages may be chosen. It's set to adult. I think that's valid. I don't really think you need to do it elder, especially since pets only live a short amount of time as elders. Now, I did go through the settings previously where you can extend their lifespan here. I'll see if I can bring up the clip and put it on the screen. But I think adult is a valid life stage. Allow homeless pregnancy. If enabled, homeless pets in households, not strays, are eligible for random pregnancy. Homeless pets in households, but not strays. Okay, so I guess there's random strays that will just walk around. You will never see them pregnant. But there are certain pets that are in households that, are homeless. And you could enable that for them to be pregnant. And I'm for some reason this cat is coming to mind. I'll see if I can find this cat and hopefully I'm not making it up. But I guess technically this cat could get pregnant or be assigned for a random pregnancy. All right, maximum household children. The maximum number of offspring a pet will have during their lifetime. Default value is 3, but you can make it a lot more. We're not doing that. Maximum offspring. So the maximum number of offspring a pet can have during a pregnancy. So we can have triplets, we can have sextuplets, we can have one. Okay, now we have partner age. Specifies the ages that pets are eligible for being a partner to a pregnant pet of the same species. Once again, this is set to adult. If you want elder, you can add elder. I'm keeping it here. Pregnancy percentage. Oh, okay. So they have it for cat, dog, and horse. And I actually don't have horse ranch. So just so you know, it does still pop up for me if you also don't have horse ranch. All right. So cat, adult pregnancy percent. Okay. The percent chance that a pregnancy will happen for an NPC pet, 0 results in no random pregnancies. So it's about 20% for an NPC pet. Not bad. And that's for adult. Elder is also at 20%. But once again, because we only have the life stage adult activated at this time, elders will not get pregnant. It's 20 times 0 is equal to 0. Okay, and then they also have these same settings for dog as well. And then for horse. But once again, if you don't have horse ranch in your game, this doesn't do anything for you. Okay, lastly, show pregnancy notifications. So, shows a pregnancy notification when a pet gets pregnant. So, if you want to know when a pet gets pregnant, you can go ahead and enable this. Me, I do not give 2 whats, okay? I don't give 2 whats. So, I will definitely be keeping this off. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're a pet person, and you just want to know when the pets are doing their due. Okay. That might be a thing. I don't know. Actually, I lied. So this could be interesting if, I don't know, let's say Sage had a friend who owns a horse ranch or something, right? It could be interesting once again for gameplay. You see that their horse had a baby. You can go visit your friend, be like, "Hey, I'm coming over to see the little foal that your horse born." Okay, I'm weird. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. But you get the point. Okay, and that is it for pet pregnancy settings. Okay, pregnant sim selection. Ooh, wee. Okay. This is similar, I believe, to partner sim selection. No, partner sim selection. No, didn't I just see this pregnant sim selection? I thought I just did this. No. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, the pregnant sim selection settings are similar to the marriage sim selection. Okay, all right. Let's go back here. So allow homeless pregnancy. If enabled, homeless Sims are eligible for random pregnancy. It is disabled. Bypass dorm residents. When scheduled random pregnancies occur, bypass any Sim that is a dorm resident for either a target or a pregnancy partner. This is enabled. So basically, if they are living in the dorms, they are not going to get pregnant. And this is similar, like I said, to the marriage settings. They're not going to get married. Bypass played households. When checking for random pregnancies, bypass any played households rather than just the current active household. And this is enabled. And I think this is especially important too if you don't want MC Commander messing with your played households, right? This will also come into play when you're looking at the neighborhood story settings as well. Um, yeah, this is going to be really interesting to test out. Let's keep going. Bypass renters. When scheduled random pregnancies occur, bypass any sim that lives in a rental unit for either a target or pregnancy partner. This is enabled, but I don't see why this should be enabled, honestly, because it's renting. I mean, just because they don't own a house don't mean they can't have kids. You kind of rude, Sims. You know what kind of world we live in? Okay, anyway. Bypass robots. When generating random pregnancies, bypass robot sims as targets or partners for pregnancy, and you could enable this. Bypass active sim romances. Okay. During random pregnancies, bypass sims that are in a significant other relationship with an active sim. Oh, okay. So there was a setting I saw earlier and I was kind of mad and I was like, they better not give Bob some random baby, right? But they probably wouldn't because I am Bob Pancakes. I am his girlfriend. So they would bypass him. But if you wanted to be messy in your gameplay, you could disable this and all of a sudden you find out through the grapevine that somebody had an affair. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Ooh, so many more. Okay, here. Days until Matt's age. Ah, this is the setting I was talking about. Okay, prevents a sim from becoming pregnant through random NPC pregnancy checks if they are within the specified number of days until they reach the end of the oldest age span available in the age to run pregnancy setting. This is what I was talking about, right? Um, because I was just saying I hate how the game can, well, I hate how the mod will assign a pregnancy to an adult sim, but that adult's literally about to be an elder. So this is the setting that you would set where you can prevent that. Let's say that the sim is within 7 days to becoming an elder. You know, and you don't want them to be randomly assigned a pregnancy, go ahead and change that to 7, right? And that sim should not be pregnant. Any sim that is within 7 days of becoming an elder, or basically the oldest age span to be pregnant, which in this case is an adult, they just won't become pregnant. So, this is also just a great setting. Days to run checks. Okay, so specifies the days to run pregnancy checks at midnight. No selections will run the checks on the default for the current aging speed and game options. Selected days will run regardless of game option settings. So this is currently set to Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the game. Pregnancy checks happen at the same time as marriage checks by default. Okay, so if you want to change this, I definitely recommend it. I feel like we could probably have pregnancy checks twice a week and then marriage checks once a week or something. Um, and I'm just, and maybe not even on the same days, right? Um, I'll have to think that through, but it's just a thought. Flag gender preference. If enabled, when random pregnancies are generated for NPC sims, the result of checks against the same sex percentage will permanently set the gender preference on the target sims by flagging them as same sex only or opposite sex only. Okay, so if we do enable this, okay, MC Commander will do its duty to start assigning, whether or not a sim is for same sex or for opposite sex, right? Gay or straight, by whichever, right? We did see this setting before with the marriage settings. I guess, I guess it makes sense for the pregnancy settings as well. Yeah. All right, I mean that's self-explanatory. But I will, I can always touch upon it again later. All right. Lastly, oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, so many. Okay. Male pregnancy. During random pregnancy checks, male sims can be allowed to become pregnant, never become pregnant, or only become pregnant in same-sex couples. Okay. So you can change this here. This does not affect, if a male becomes alien pregnant or something like that. But this could be interesting. You just see everybody walking around with pregnancies, which I think could also make sense too for, I guess, same sex couples with quotes on that. But let's say the gender expression of a sim is different. So I'm thinking trans male. Okay. Okay. Let me start over. So this could be interesting for couples that maybe have like a trans femme person as well as a just a cis male as a couple, right? And maybe one of them actually does want to get pregnant, but technically the game, I think to some extent, still sees them as two males together, if that makes sense. I believe that's how the game's coding still kind of is. But it could be interesting to then like allow pregnancy or same sex only pregnancy, etc. So you can see those different couples become pregnant. I'll have to test this out. Okay, then we have pregnancy percentage. So this is going to be the percentage that a random pregnancy will occur based on the life stages here. As I have mentioned, MC Commander does default to the adult life stage. So you do need to make sure that if you want young adults to randomly become pregnant, go ahead and change that setting. But let's go ahead and just get in here. So the percentage change that a pregnancy will happen for a sim, 0 results and no random pregnancies. The default value is 20% for young adults. Default value for adult is also 20%. And then the default value for elder is also 20%. But like I said, once again, you need to make sure you change the valid ages for pregnancy setting before you come in here and mess with these pregnancy percentages, because it might not do anything for you. Okay, so use gender preference. When determining whether an NPC sim will become pregnant with another NPC sim during random pregnancy generation, the gender preference of a target sim will be evaluated as part of the process. I think that makes sense. And lastly, we have valid target ages. Okay, this is what I was just talking about. You can go ahead and set all those different percentages if you want, but if you don't come in here and change, click this, hit OK, right? Gosh, I don't think my game likes when I do that. Anyway, if you don't make sure you're changing this, it's not going to do anything for you. I'm going to put this back to default for now. Oh God. My game does not like me right now. But yes, for now is at the default adult. These are the target ages that MC Pregnancy will look out for when it comes to which sims are eligible for pregnancy. Okay, that is it for pregnant sim selection. Okay, we are now at the last setting, but We already know this is about to be 10 more settings I gotta go through. Okay. All right, I just gotta take a brief break. Look at her though. I think I'm gonna look for some CC so that her hair matches what mine looks like. Maybe I'll put a picture of myself on the screen so you can see what my beautiful reddish, coppery, gingerish hair looks like now. And this isn't quite it, but it's probably the closest. No, this isn't even quite it. I feel like it needs to be a bit more orangey. It could also be my saturation. Oh, okay, she's going to work now. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. We do have one more setting to go. All right, so we're at MC pregnancy. Now we're at spouse sim selection. Okay. Oh, allow multiple spouses. Oh, okay. If enabled, when random marriage checks run for NPCs, they can have more than one spouse at a time based on the total spouse limit in the multiple spouse count setting. Okay. 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 So there are other mods that do this. Once again though, let's say you really only want one mod in your game. MC Commander could technically do a lot of it, right? So, might as well use the settings that are here. We're going to keep this disabled, but you could enable this. Now for the multiple spouse count setting that was just mentioned, determines the maximum number of spouses an NPC can have when using the allow multiple spouses setting. If the setting is larger than the maximum household size, it will still be limited to the number of sims allowed in the household. Oh, okay. Okay. So technically, Bob could marry both of us. And but the thing is, if we all don't fit in the same house, Bob's not gonna get a second spouse. I mean, technically, I only have 2 Sims in this household, and Bob only has 2 Sims in his household. But interesting. We're not doing that though. I don't want to do that. I don't know. I don't think I really am into Bob like that to be his second spouse. I don't mind, if a sim has 2 spouses. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Occupancy preference. This setting determines if partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy are limited by where they live. Okay, so basically it doesn't matter whether or not the sim is in a house or not, okay, for when it comes to spouse selection. We probably, and then we can look for a homeless only for spouse selection. We can prefer sims that have homes, or we can make sure the game only chooses sims who are living in homes. Okay, same occult only. If enabled, scheduled marriage runs will bypass sims that are different occult types when generating random marriages. Only vampires and vampires will get married. Note that robots can also be made to only marry robots with this option. So this is disabled, but if you want, you can enable it. Same-sex percentage. Same-sex percentage. The percentage chance that a marriage will be allowed between 2 sims of the same gender. This is dependent on the other marriage settings, allowing a same-sex marriage to happen as well. Okay, this is currently 50-50, but once again, you probably do need to make sure you're looking at the other settings and making sure all of these settings make sense together. Okay, spouse gender. Specifies the gender that is valid for spouses of sims ready to get married. Okay. Why is male the only one chosen? Specify the gender that is valid for spouses of sims ready to get married. Okay, use same age group. Allow sims in the same age category to get married. Okay, so if you only want young adults to marry other young adults, adults to only marry other adults, etc., you would enable this. If you don't care, MC Command is just gonna do whatever the hell it wants. All right, and then lastly, we have the valid spouse ages. As of right now, it is only set to adult. So once again, if you really do want MC Commander to use young adults, use elders, etc., you need to come in here and change this stuff, okay, to make sure the other settings are then activated. Okay, y'all, and that's it. That's everything. That is everything for MC pregnancy. And wow. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess there's another gameplay video coming up next. I wonder if I should do the gameplay video first before I do MC population, because I know MC population also gets me going. I get upset with MC population, so I definitely am going to want to change these. Okay, y'all, I guess that's it. So, the next video will either be a gameplay video showcasing the MC pregnancy module, or I will be going through the MC population module first, and then together we will review MC pregnancy and MC population. I'll think that through, but yeah, for now, I hope this was informative. Yeah, I hope this was informative. But until next time, talk to you all later.